Hello and welcome back to Starcraft 1 as we begin the Protoss campaign, The Fall. The Zerg Overmind has succeeded in invading the Protoss homeworld of Ire and has embedded itself into the crust of the planet. Now, as the ancients of the sinister Overmind spread a chaos and destruction across the face of Ire, the stalwart Protoss defenders prepare themselves for the coming onslaught.
We are preparing ourselves for the coming onslaught.
First strike! That's us!
I am Judicator Aldaris. I have been sent by the Conclave to serve and counsel you.
I do not like Aldaris.
Oh my god, we're dealing with senators?
Yep.
By burning the infested human
God
worlds.
damn it.
Unfortunately, he disregarded his orders and attempted to destroy the Zerg while sparing the Terrans from the flame. Clearly, Tassadar has failed us. You must not. The Conclave has dictated...
Conclaves, executors, and ambassadors. And praetors!
We're dealing with another fucking committee.
Yep. Although, to be perfectly honest, the only face of the committee that we see is Aldaris.
He's the only person we deal with?
Not for the entirety of the campaign. Phoenix actually has a pretty sizable, part in the story. But if you ever thought that the pathing in StarCraft 1 could not be worse, wait till you play Protoss. The Protoss have some very, very nice advantages going for them over the other two races. They have the most cost-efficient grounded units, and they have the added survivability of the Zerg units while having the raw power that the Terrans have. The downside of this is that their production speed is fucking glacial. Even as a Terran can produce any decently skilled Terran can produce 2 Marines in the times that it takes for a single Zealot to produce, or upwards of 12 Zerglings by the time a single Zealot can produce. And yes, as past Gerdat notes, Dragoons are the only good Protoss unit for the entire campaign.
Executor, and Tarwadun, and Tarwadun. Hey, you're speaking to me? Hey, they're taking orders.
Okay, so, one of the big issues that Protoss suffers with is, well, honestly, one of the coolest things that the Protoss have the ability to do is these pylons. Pylons allow you to both increase your psi, and thematically, they're how the Protoss are able to call down structures from their orbiting fleets. As this is our homeworld, we're not actually beaming down structures or units or anything, which is a shame because I would love that tech in StarCraft 1. But unfortunately, we do not have that kind of tech in StarCraft 1. We have to deal with, actually spawning buildings on our own.
Damn it.
You'll see me actually key commands far more often with the Protoss campaign, because I will admit that Protoss is my second best race, but that does not mean that I'm good with them. The production times of Protoss are so glacial that I have a huge amount of difficulty actually getting anything done with Protoss.
That's what jump cuts are for.
That is what jump cuts are for. However, I will also say that Protoss have the distinct advantage over a Terran in that every single Protoss unit and building comes with an energy shield that has got a really fast regen on it. It doesn't take as much damage as normal health in order to break, but it never truly goes away. It's always there.
It just needs time to regenerate.
Yeah, it just needs time to regenerate, and it's really, really nice. But
these
first,
first 5 missions go pretty smoothly.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, past Gerdat.
And the reason for that being is that we're back in tutorial land. They want us to get used to the Protoss race.
Right.
They want us to get used to the Protoss race before we start getting into anything too complicated. But it's not really the first 5, it's closer to the first 4, honestly. The first 4 missions go okay. After that, they expect you to have played the other campaigns to the point where the Protoss campaign is easily the hardest, and it's the hardest for bullshit reasons.
Just because Phoenix is awesome.
Phoenix is awesome. Phoenix is like the second greatest hero that we ever get to play with in StarCraft 1. The best hero unit by far is Kerrigan, but Kerrigan's got the problem of that she's a caster unit that is also a melee unit, and yeah, that doesn't really work so well for her.
Because in an emergency, you're already in melee range, so you can't really escape in order to cash it.
Yeah.
Work. Work.
So what's new in the world of Cloud?
Work. 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 Not too much, I gotta say. Well, I was thinking about going to a card shop today in order to pick up a pretty sweet looking stag enchantment creature card. That looks pretty cool.
Is that Heliod Stag?
It might be Heliod Stag. Because my buddy, whom I've been trying to get some cards that he likes cards that are like woodland critters, like deer or bears, squirrels. Honestly, I should probably get him one of the unstable squirrel creatures.
You should get him some grazing gladehearts while you're at it, because those are really cheap and they're actually really effective in green.
Or grizzly bears. Just a basic as fuck.
Bears aren't
2-drop green,
bears aren't
2/2 with
that
cool
great.
flavor text.
Yes, we're doing Dragoons for the entirety of the campaign. We will not ever escape Dragoons. Dragoons are the way to go. Except for exactly one mission where we're forced to use Scouts.
Prepare for battle.
And I don't mean Scouts as a class, I mean Scouts the unit. You know how slowly Terran battlecruisers fly, right? Well, Protoss production speed is slower than that.
It's coming right for us! Build! Build! We can't get out of the way! No!
So, pretty much what you're going to want to end up doing as Protoss, because your production times are so slow, is you're going to want double unit producing buildings of whatever unit you decide to go into. I picked Dragoons for almost the entirety of the campaign, as I've already mentioned, because they have decent health, a decent attack range after the upgrade. They also can attack both ground and air, but the problem that Dragoons have is that they are a 2x2 unit as opposed to a 2x1 or even a 1x1 unit. So they eat up space really goddamn quickly. And if you want them to go up or down ramps, you are just shit out of luck. The Dragoons do not do ramps.
We don't do ramps.
They don't.
We're
They're
more of
just
a flat terrain people.
Yeah, they are, seriously, and it's so disappointing because if you have 2 Dragoons at the top of a ramp, that will block off every single other unit that the Protoss can make. They just won't be able to go through there.
So get a lift driver ready. You'll know him by the glowing light in his front dashboard. He'll stop over, he'll pick up all your Dragoons and drop them off at Disneyland.
That's another problem, though, but because Dragoons are a 2x2 unit, shuttles can only carry 2 Dragoons at a time.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What don't they have like
don't they have a
fucking extra wide?
No, we only have the base shuttle, and the base shuttle can only carry a total of 8 normal units. But the thing is, Protoss don't have any normal size units. Zealots are 2x1, Dragoons are 2x2, Reavers are 2x2, Archons are 2x2, High Templar are 2x1. They have no 1x1 units, and it's bullshit.
Why, Solaris? Why do you make my Protoss so goddamn inefficient?
Well, that's the thing. They're not actually all that inefficient. In theory, they have the second most efficient units because they actually have relatively low costs on their high power units. But to compensate for that, their build times are just fucking so glacially long.
Okay, well let's talk about material efficiency. I notice that you have a shitload of Vespane, but I don't know what you're spending it on.
I'm just spending it on Dragoons. It's the only unit I've got access to. So, yeah, I don't need any more Vespane.
Well, as long as you're spending it on something. I mean, Dragoons are going to be our friends for a little while.
50 Vespane, 125 minerals, and 50 Vespane.
So adjust your ratio of Vespane gathering to mineral gathering, and just help get just enough Vespane in time to build.
I can't put any more probes on mineral gathering because I already have like all the mineral nodes mostly mined out.
Well, then you had overspent on workers that are doing just too much work. Tisk, tisk, tisk. But it's the beginning of the tutorial, so mistakes are forgivable.
Mistakes are forgivable and not all that costly.
Charge!
So, it's about time that I go over this particular tidbit. Competitively, Protoss are the absolute worst race in StarCraft 1.
Oh, dude, totally.
You can't do shit with Protoss competitively. And it's sad because Protoss are also the coolest race.
Well, yeah, so are some of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh archetypes. I mean, I tried to make Yubel work for years because I thought Yubel was cool. But it was the Avenged Sevenfold of the Justin Bieber era, I'm afraid. It's just not cool enough.
Getting ground 1. But you notice that we took just a single platoon of 12 Dragoons into here, and they are just ripping through this base. They're doing it rather slowly, but they are doing it. If you're skilled with Protoss against the computer, you'll do fine, but you won't do okay against players because players are better than the computer. Like
because speed is king, and the #1 detriment of Protoss is slow development. No. You do not win games slowly. They usually end very, very quickly.
Well, you know, on a competitive level, they end
uncompetitive.
It's why I really prefer StarCraft 2 over StarCraft 1 because at StarCraft 2. The Protoss actually got a relatively the same amount of production speed as a Terrans have got. I mean, skilled Terrans are still faster than Protoss are, but you know you can compensate for that because the amount of tech that Protoss get is kind of absurd with what they can actually accomplish.
Well, I'm glad to hear that they had balanced the races as of the second game.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I don't know why that those Dragoons are just bugged out and they wouldn't actually attack
he's
the colony there.
He's alone without official. What the fuck? Stop that! So, somebody make him stop that.
Waiting for this last Dragoon to produce so we can send out the next 12 to eradicate that one sunken colony.
Good, hold your ground. Your friends are coming to reinforce. Oh, I love just watching those things walk. It's pretty. It's like half ridiculous, half intriguing to me.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
And that ends the mission.
Because they're scuttlers. These are the crabs. They scuttle.
Oh wait, there's another sunken down here. Okay.
Take it out. Everyone now. As soon as you all get into fucking position.
There.
Oh, you know it.
Hundreds of worlds together, I never imagined that we would be fighting on Aya. The Zerg are indeed worthy foes.
Oh,
Indeed they are,
worthy
Phoenix.
foes.
And then the next part, we will continue on with the Protoss campaign.
With Phoenix.
With Phoenix, yes.